I'm going to show you. I've taken the bread out. I've done the peppers. I want you to see that behind me. See the loaf bread. We got 3 loaves of bread. We got 3 jars of peppers. And they look good. I can't wait till that bread cools off a little bit. I went ahead on and got it out of the pans, so I wouldn't have to be on camera burning my fingers. But they look good. I'm gonna let them cool. Then I'm gonna make me some French toast. That's what I think I'm gonna do. That's gonna be my lunch. And my peppers, they're sitting here. They're ready. And I'm gonna put those up. I'm gonna put those in the pantry. And they have to sit for a week, as I said, and then they will be good to go. But I think mine are just gonna sit in the pantry. Like I said, I got some I've already opened, and I got some if I choose to. I'll open those and eat those, but I'm gonna put them back there in the pantry until another day, guys. This I pray you enjoyed this because it's fairly simple, but you can grow the peppers in your backyard, or you can go and buy them from somewhere organic. Get them, anything, cucumbers, all of that. You can make that brine according to how you want your brine. But you can find your brines in the and I don't. Oh, here it is. Excuse me. In this book, Ball's Blue Book, Canning and Preserving. And you can make those brines however you want to. I didn't do a big, gigantic brine because all I had was those few peppers right there. But whatever peppers you want to do cucumber. It's got one in there for pickling cucumbers, pickled green beans. I forgot what they call them, but they said they're a hit with people. I never had a pickled green bean, so sometimes I just don't like to step outside of my zone. I stay within my lane. Other people do that, but yeah. They look good. Can y'all see them? Is that close enough for you to see that bread and see those peppers? Whoo, I did good. And I want y'all to do the same thing. Now with that bread, I put that in my bread machine. Why? Because I'm lazy. Well, not really lazy, but I have I wanted to just cut down on my what I was doing. But you can do it in the bread machine, or you can do it in your what is it, your KitchenAid. But if you're real bold, you can do it in a big bowl with a wooden spoon. We don't do that anymore. But I will do it in my mixer, my KitchenAid, because I have the dough, you know mix and whipper thing. I don't know what it's called, guys. I'm country. I don't know. I didn't even bother to look and read to see what the label of it was. All I know is it's made like a hook. Hook it on there. You get your dough mixed up with the paddle spinner thing, whatever that is, and then you put that little hook on there after you get it to blend it up really well. And all it is I use like 2 tablespoons of yeast. I use coconut milk. I get it warm, get it at certain, get it warm and mix the yeast in it and let it sit for like 5 minutes. Put it in the bowl. Then I have 2 eggs I put in. I put in a teaspoon of salt. I put in like 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. And I put in a half cup of oil. And then I put in 3 to 4 cups of bread flour. And you may need a little bit more bread flour. It just depends on it just depends on how well it mixes. If it looks dry, you're gonna have to add a little. And it doesn't have to be any more of the milk. You can put a little warm water in there. to loosen it so why it'll, start turning into a dough and not just a dry dough that you would when you mixing it up, it's slapping you all in the face and stuff. But yeah, put that in there and mix it up. And once it finished mixing, just take the little dough hook out and cover it with some saran wrap and the towel. And then put another big towel over that and make sure it's tucked up under the bottom of the pan and let it rise. And once it rises the first time, punch it down, mix, flip it a few times and cover it back up. And then when it rises that time for you to take it out, flour the counter, lay it on there. You can roll it out for cinnamon rolls, or you can cut it up for sweet rolls, or just yeast rolls, or you can mold it into loaves like I did these, and just have fresh bread. I'm not wasting any time going try to buy a loaf of bread when I don't have to do nothing but come out of the laziness and mix up some bread. You see, it made three rolls, like three bread loaves, like it did last time, and it is so good. I love fresh bread, any kind of fresh bread, wheat bread. I've made that before. Uh, all of it is good, but we had to get back to the basics. Y'all gonna get back over yonder. And Jeremiah tells us in one scripture, you need to seek out the old ways and walk therein. Sometimes it's good to go back and, refresh yourself. We have gotten too uppity. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing, but it's my mom used to always tell us, you never know. She said, if you forget where you come from, you'll never know where you're going, which is true. You can't forget where you came from. Those are stepping stones to bring you to where you are. If you go any further, you're going to have to remember. You're going to have to remember the good, the bad, the ugly, the hard times. I mean, in our era, it was 9 of us. Some of us slept on the floor, covered up with a coat. We didn't have blankets. I mean, we came up. When I say dirt poor, that's what we were. We got shoes when the school uh uh year came in. But other than that, we were barefoot, running on gravel. So, I enjoy. I'm not ashamed of where I came from because God brought us, God kept us. I've seen days when my mom was in the kitchen and there was nothing in the refrigerator or the cabinet. She'd get over in there. She'd get to singing some of them now gospel songs. We was young. We didn't understand. Sing them gospel songs. The next thing we know, here comes somebody down the road with some groceries. And so, I done watched. I watched when I didn't even know who God was. I watched him make a way for us. And he did it all the time. God, I got my coffee over here. I know it's lunchtime, but I've been sipping on that coffee for about ever since the bread been in the oven. But guys, I enjoyed it. I am 63 years old. I love cooking in the kitchen. I love it. I always have. I used to stand up on a bucket and watch my mom cook. Go in the kitchen when my dad was in there mixing up something. Going, Dad, what you doing? And then he'd show you what he's doing, and he'd make those cakes from scratch. He had a wooden spoon. He didn't have a whisk. He had a wooden spoon, and he would hold that bowl under his arm some kind of way and get the whooping, and would whoop that cake mix up so you swear up and down it came out of a box. But my daddy did it. Old Fred did that. God rest my daddy's soul, and my mom's as well. But everything I've learned, my mom taught all of us. It was 9 kids, 9, how to cook. My baby brother that passed about 2 years ago, he could make biscuits. I thought better than I could. I'm going, what? Look how you do that. But she taught all of us. Every last one of us know how to cook. My boys know how to cook. They used to all the time when I worked, and they would call and tell Mom, the meat and the vegetables are done. Only thing you have to do when you come home is make some bread. I said, all right, sounds like a good deal to me. So they know how to cook just in case they don't get married, or you know what I'm saying, they decide they want to be by themselves, or they want to go to school and enhance their cooking skills and be a chef. Wouldn't that be marvelous? But Either way it goes, guys. My peppers, they're ready. My bread is ready. I think I'm gonna cut me a couple of slices, and I think I'm gonna go ahead on and make me some French toast and keep sipping on my coffee. But tomorrow I got some running to do in the morning, but I'm gonna come back because I want to go and pick up some chicken. I got to pick up a couple of hens because I'm going to be going through the process of making bone broth from the chicken from the chicken bones, and I'm going to can up the chicken that comes off of there. So if I start it tomorrow, I won't be doing the chicken until what's today? Until Friday. So Friday will be a day we're going to be doing the chicken stock, the broth, and we're going to be doing the canning the chicken. But it won't be raw pack. It's going to have to be cooked because I need those bones out of that chicken in order to make this stock. Now, bone broth, chicken stock, it comes directly from the bones of the chicken. That is good for the body. That's good for the body. I mean, it has all those nutrients and stuff, and you're going to cook those nutrients out of those bones slowly over a 24, I do like a 24-hour period. So when I start it tomorrow, I'm not going to mess with it anymore until Friday, probably around about Friday at noon. It'll give it time to cook, and then it'll also give me time for me to pick the meat off of the bones and then go through the process of showing you how it's done. Because we're gonna have to go ahead on and step this up because we got a lot of stuff coming, and we need every hour. I cannot afford to miss an hour showing y'all how to do something. And just like if you're gonna cook turkey for Thanksgiving, uh, take those bones, and once everybody's eating, you know how you go through the process, the turkey that you got to put up, uh, take those bones and take that meat off of those bones and get those bones and put them in a big roaster. Chop you up some celery stalks, sticks, some carrots, and some onions. Put all of that in there with those bones and the water. Season it. Let it cook like on 200 all night until you got all those flavors coming up out of that pot, and you'll smell them too. And once you get that done, you go ahead on and pull the bones out, and the bones will be like soft because they be to cook everything out of them. You can just do them like this, and they'll just bend or break or whatever. And fish all of that, the onions and all that stuff out of it. And if you do compost, just put that in the compost pile. I don't do compost. One, I don't like worms. And I know once the compost starts to doing what it's gonna do, it's got worms in there. So I don't do worms. Now that may come a time that I have to do compost, but if I do, the only person that's gonna be digging out there getting that compost and stuff situated will be my son. It will not be me. So, but I want to get that started because I want y'all guys get your pressure canner. I am more than happy to show you on video how to do it. If you live close, you're more than welcome to come over and I teach you from here. Some people are hands-on, some people are visual. You can't just write. I'm visual. I can't write, nobody can write down something and I follow that to the letter and get what I need done right because I don't function that way. I never have. I'm hands-on, visual. I got to see it. You got to take it process by process. And I understand that because that's me. Some people I could give them a recipe or whatever, and then they're bing, bang, boom. They can go on through that. But no, not me. I was one of those that had to study all night just to get a C on a paper. So, but guys, get your pressure can. If you want the pressure can, we are from here throughout the end of this year. We're gonna be pressure canning. Get your stuff together. You could let me know in the comments. Just get your stuff together, and we're gonna go on and we're gonna do this thing. Google your sea level. With my sea level, I can pressure can on 10 psi. Okay, so Google and find out where you live, what your pressure is. If it's under 1,000, uh, below sea level, because ours is like seven something, 7 to 800 something. So I can do I can pressure can on 10. PSIs have to be set at 10. It could be go over a little bit, but other than that, and then some people have 11. Alaska's I know it's 15. Why? Because I watched everything on Alaska. Taming Alaska, living in Alaska, how they do their canning process, which all of that. So I've pulled up everything. I've been looking at crazy stuff all my life. Everybody thought I was weird, but a lot of that stuff I learned from watching all those weird shows has and is paying off. Thank God. But either way it goes, the peppers look good. The bread's gonna be good. And if you want to learn how to do the bread, what do you want to do with a bread machine, or what do you want to do with your mixer? you know, Either way it goes. However, because like with my bread machine, I will put the eggs, the salt, the sugar, the oil, and the milk in the bottom and mix that up. And then I will put in my 4 cups of bread flour, make a hole in the center, put 2 tablespoons of yeast in there, and then look for the on the menu panel, look for whichever number tells you where you need to cook, put the bread on to make the dough. Mine is on 9 in this bread machine. And so I just put it on there and let it mix up and, check on it to make sure it's wet enough or to make sure I have enough flour in there. If I need either one, I add it, close it back up, and come back and check on it a little while later because it'll start beeping. It'll beep and let you know you either come look at it or whatever, and go look at it, and then it should be formed a ball, and it just steady spins around in there. That ball, it just spins until it goes through it's 2 cycles it goes through, and then once it finishes with that second cycle, it'll have like a couple of minutes left, and it'll sit there, and then it'll start. It'll spread out, it'll level out in there, and then you just uh don't pay it any attention because I went and had to take my son to work this morning. So when I came back, uh my dough had did what it needed to do. So it had risen in there and I almost pushed the little top up a little bit. So I took it out, punched it down, worked it in, sit it and let it sit. Then I separated it into 3 rolls and put them in the bread pans, the loaf pans that I have, and the rest is history. We're gonna eat on that. I don't waste my time going to get no sandwich bread. And my sons, they'll tell you they love the bread machine bread. They love the homemade dough that I make. So and we just gonna go from there. I'm gonna give my sister a loaf. I'm not gonna sit there and eat all that bread, guys. I'm gonna share. But I'm only going to share 1 loaf. So I'll probably, when that cools off, I'll probably take it over there to my sister's house. And then I got to run by, I got some run. I'm going to run by why it's good, why my knee is not bothering me. But I'm going to run over there and then I got to stop. I need some dish detergent and stuff. So I have no choice but go get it. I don't believe in going on a app and making my order and somebody bringing stuff to my house. I don't want anybody at my house because you never know. People come and bring you stuff, but then they could be casing the joint. So we just got to watch in this season. Everything you do not need delivered to your house from a grocery store. There's a couple of people that have their food has been stolen. They done paid for it, and when they go to deliver it, the people that delivered it did not stop at their house with it. I guess they took it to their house. But now I'll order it and drive and sit and pick it up. At Walmart you can pick up. But as far as anybody bringing groceries to my house, no, no, no. I'm 63. They didn't do that when I was young and growing up. My mom then went and got it. So that's what I believe in. Now I will go on an app and order it and set it for pickup. But as far as you delivering anything to my house, I don't think so. Not in this lifetime anyway. But guys, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed part 2. Uh, I'm gonna come up with something that we can do tomorrow. I think we may do some jelly. We'll either do pineapple jelly or grape jelly, and you can do it from Webster's grape juice. Everybody has Webster's grape juice, and if you have a big stock pot, let me show you. Hang on one second. See this pot? Guys, my shoulders, that arthritis in my shoulders ain't no joke. You hear that? You can water bath can in a stock pot. This is stainless steel. I like Cuisinart. And it is very sturdy. And you hear the sound of it. Now you have some that sound like you just hitting on a aluminum bucket. Do no canning in that. You do it in something that's solid. And all you need is you can fold a towel. Put it all the way around in here to fit all the bottom of this pot. Put your water in here. And when you get your jars filled with whatever you want to put in them, you can put tomatoes, peppers, jelly, pickles, whatever. Whatever is acidic can be water bath canned. You cannot do green bean, potato, whether white potato, yam. You can't do those. You can't do beans in here. None. No pinto, no Great Northern, no Carbanza, no Great Northern, no Navy. You can't do things like that in hot water bath. You have to do those in a pressure canner. Why? Because they are not acidic. The peppers are acidic. Okay, so you can do those in there. And like I said, I make my pasta sauces. Sometimes I make them with meat. If I do them with meat, I do not put them in a water bath canner. They have to go in the pressure canner. But if I'm just doing like a tomato sauce or a spaghetti sauce or a tomato juice or apple juice or any type of juice, it can go in a pressure and a water bath canner. And it does not have to be that water bath canner that I have, the black one. It does not have to be that. It can be a very sturdy stock pot. It sounds like this. Okay, and I looked up, this one I didn't get from there, but I looked up at Walmart, and Walmart had their 18-quart stock pots on sale for $19.99 or $19.97, one of those. So I looked up and I got that. And it came on out of the house, and so I use it. But I enjoy what I do. And I want you to enjoy what you do. You got to love what you're doing in order for you to do it, in order for you to have the patience to do it. And I love doing it. I love cooking. I like to do stuff from scratch, raised that way. So I like doing it, and it doesn't matter. My good days, I'm in the kitchen. My bad days, I'm wishing I could get in the kitchen. But as I said, arthritis is no joke. But you deal with it. God is a good God. I thank God for the energy that I do have. But anyway it goes, that bread is ready. I know that's loud. My bread is ready. The peppers are ready. I'm gonna let them sit there. Like I said, they're gonna sit there till tomorrow. I'm gonna check the lids to make sure they're sealed, and I'm gonna take those rings off, and I'm going to date them, and I'm even going to put the date on there when I can eat them, because you let them sit for a week and then you can eat on them. But I'm gonna put that on there too. But like I said, I'm not gonna eat those after a week. I'm gonna eat those others. Uh, and tomorrow I'll put out another video. Share it so people will learn how to do stuff. Uh, and I will see you guys tomorrow. But right now, sister girl finna slice up her some bread. And I'm gonna make me some French toast. And I'm gonna eat it. And I'm gonna enjoy it. But y'all have a blessed day. Until tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I think we're gonna just go ahead and do some some grape jelly with some Welch's grape juice. Um and That's gonna probably do it tomorrow because I can't think of anything else that I need to can. So we'll do that. And guys, just look and just pay attention. It's so simple. But if it's anybody that wants to me to walk through it with you step by step, we can do that too. Because like I said, some people are hands on. I'm hands on. Always have been. Always will be until the day I leave this world. Hands on to show you how it's done and go from there. And as I said, the rest is history, guys. We got it out there. This is my part two. This is the end, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all keep praying. Y'all keep fasting. Y'all keep being attentive to what the Spirit of the Lord is telling you in this season because we have got, like I said, a lot going on. We need to be able to hear. We need to be able to know the direction that the Lord is sending us, and we need to know what to do when He sends us. So, guys, pray my strength. I pray for you. And y'all just have a blessed one.